So regarding my process, I did decide to do a crowdfund, which was Kickstarter. And first of all, I want to let you know that I am self-publishing this piece of work. I did not go the traditional route. And without going the traditional route, just self-publishing, you're responsible for every aspect of it, whether it's your graphics, your editing, your marketing, just pretty much everything. So with that, it can get pretty costly, spending money alone on editors, and not to mention your cover design editors, your web editors, your website, photo shoots, video shoots, and then traveling for stuff like this. It gets pretty costly. So I decided, hey, let's do a Kickstarter. I know the only two that I were familiar with was GoFundMe and Kickstarter. I didn't want to do a GoFundMe. Thought the Kickstarter was the way to go because it's a creative piece of work. And with Kickstarter, there's a little more regulation. You have to come up with a budget. You have to come up with a proposal. You have to set a deadline. And with it being a deadline, it's more incentive based. People, are more inclined to help you kind of reach that goal. It is all or nothing. So that's the tricky part. So let's say if my goal was $7,500 and I only raised $7,400 and the deadline approach, I wouldn't have gotten any of that. So that's the tricky thing about Kickstarter. But with it being all or nothing, it encourages people to help that vision. I set out to do a 60-day because I wasn't sure. I was like, hey, I don't know if people support me. I've never really done this. I didn't want to be too ambitious, but I definitely kind of underestimated my amazing backers that have supported this project. And I underestimated myself. I should have went for a higher goal because there's so much work. Like even traveling here to DC, and I was in Chicago a couple of days ago. The doors are opening tremendously. And surprisingly, in 21 days, I hit the goal. And by like day 23, I exceeded the goal. So right now I'm like 112% funded, which is incredible. So I'm really excited, really grateful for all the people that have been sharing and supporting. And social media has kind of been the thing to get it done. It's a gift and a curse, like what we were talking about. I'm not a big social media person, but I've been doing it. And without social media, like how would your supporters know what you have going on? So that was the Kickstarter process. So I had a strategy. Yes, guys, you were strategized. My birthday is May 10th, so I decided to drop my Kickstarter May 1st because I know on Facebook you're going to get 300 birthday shout outs, right? So the goal was to sit in the house on my 32nd birthday and to respond personally to every happy birthday wish. So I released the video maybe midnight on May 1st, and I knew I had 10 days in between to build this buzz, right? So after the video release, people was like, oh, what is she doing? What is this? So I got people's interest. And then from there, thank you. From there, it just kind of built up, hey, you want to learn more? Hey, I'm doing this Kickstarter. So between that, just leading up to the birthday and doing live, I sat in with some girlfriends. We had cake. We sang happy birthday. We broadcast live. And so people got a whole chance to hear about what I was doing. And I went in from every birthday wish. This is how I'm celebrating my birthday. Or, hey, if you go out, typically people spend $30, $40 on dinner or birthday drinks. You can spend that $10 and put it toward a great cause. And together we can transform lives. So that was my strategy. And I think with people sharing it, and people just like, oh, what is she doing? What is she doing? And just me being transparent about it, that helped. After I started doing like some live updates and stuff, people are like, okay, they learn more about it. It's easy just to see a post. People are not going to read everything. So if they see me being engaging and talking about stuff, then it's like, okay, this is what's up. So a little bit of both. The support came from friends. It's surprisingly people that I don't really talk to have really showed love, and they say that happens. It's hard sometimes trying to get something off the ground. People are not always there, but this is very telling, and it's revealing, and it lets you know who's with you, who believes in you at the beginning part, and not down the line when they see you somewhere and it's like, oh, hey, we went to school together. It's like, hey, but so it's the support has been coming from different places. But I was very surprised by people that I don't really communicate with that have really showed up and like really, really came through. More so than people that are extremely close to me.
And I don't know why that happens to people, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's been a process. I think maybe people watch on different levels. Some is like, oh, let me see what she's gonna do, and then some is like, oh, well, they're supporting maybe, and then some. So I don't know. It's an interesting thing. It's a scripture I like to quote that the harvest is plenty, but the labors are few. People don't really want to plant and work with you. They just want to pop up when it's time to eat. No one's gonna be there cutting those onions and potatoes up. They just want to show up, and that's cool too. It is what it is. And that's what I meant by being challenged to be gracious and graceful, even if I may feel some type of way. Because for feeling some type of way, there's 12 other people that are with you and that are supporting. And I am forever grateful for those that is with me in this process. So.
And then I think you said something so key. I think a lot of times people so closest to you, they're like, let's see if she's gonna really pull
right,
this
right,
off,
right.
or
Yeah.
let's see if he. I mean, just anyone in general, just like
yeah, because there's a sense of familiarness. They know you. They know your ugly side. They know every facet of you. So yeah, I think that familiarness can stifle that ability to see clearly or to see the message, and it's not diluted or biased. So.